Now I'm going to come back since I mentioned that space shuttle incident, and that space shuttle incidents, I'm just sitting here and I'm telling you things that's right off the top of my mind. And that space shuttle incident of it blowing up was actually after the Merwins get murdered because Jerry came back. Jerry came back from the murder of the Merwins, and him and his wife was acting out, just going nuts. They maybe they seen something and they just goddamn couldn't handle it. They were running around. There was a lot of cocaine going on, and the Don up there in uh, Washington State, that cocaine dealership, Don Burgess, the cocaine dealership, is a cocaine dealership, is it too? Down there in Nevada, what's Jerry doing, running dope back and forth? Apparently, maybe so. He's all over anyway. But now, where was I going with this? They come back and they're running around like they're really fucking goddamn disturbed. They're fucking hot. They're on the run now in that yellow Cavalier that they got that they're not making payments on. And now they're fucking running here, there, across the country, and they've started stuff. My brother had, Jan had ran off. Jerry had got his ex-wife, Luann, Sammy, Luann, Frost, right? They married, whatever. The frosting on the cake. So anyway, Jerry got his wife back. He's saying how, oh, she's so gnarly looking. Boy, yeah, Luann did look like she was, you know, really goddamn hot compared to what she did. She got her teeth fixed. She had her hair nice and straight. She looked like a hot gal that had a younger man than Jerry. I seen her over there, and I was being played between the two of them. I ended up telling Jerry I had sex with her. Jerry told me he knew I had sex with her card per card, and he'd been playing me all along. He let me know. You know, they then Jerry's after revenge on me. That gold, anything. Jerry's revenge on the whole goddamn world. Try to fucking feed him a red tomato and see what happens. You fucking restaurant people, you put a tomato on Jerry Wright's fucking burger, they have Jerry's walked in there and fucking thrown food at people before freaking out. And it's just totally a fucking mental thing at that. I'd like to see somebody give them a pile of tomatoes and say, now, eat these. Come on. You could do it, Jerry. Jerry, come on. You, uh, and why? I don't know what would happen with him because he goddamn loses it over tomatoes. I'm telling you the truth. If I wasn't telling the truth, why would I be telling the story? So anyway, Revenge of the Rotten Tomatoes. And by the way, China has a tomato thing. They have the market on the tomato paste and stuff like that. Heinz, the John Kerry, Heinz company. They get all their paste from there. All this Heinz 57 ketchup. You want to cripple China? Boycott fucking ketchup. Anything that has to do with tomato paste coming from China, and you've cut China off at the roots. So, because check it out, man. Check out their tomatoes and how they plotted to take over the world by the use of the tomato plant. It's the China method, I guess. I read it. Look it up. I won't tell you if it wasn't true. So easy to find out the truth if you research it. So, now, Jerry has gone on this cocaine thing. He's lost his job from Elko, Nevada since the Merwins murder on December 24th. I think it was the day before the Christmas. He showed back up the day, uh, Christmas Eve, I believe. You know, he, and Brian said, what's he doing back here? He's supposed to be in Washington. You know, me and Brian, neither one of us knew. But he was there to get Jan's bong that Patty smashed and put in a paper bag. and they deal with signs, so you figure that one out. I'm not quite sure. But Patty ended up taking off and going to Washington. I thought she actually got a ride with. I'm sure she got a ride with Jerry and Jan to go to Washington. You see, that's why they were all together. Because Patty rode in that station wagon with Jerry and Jan from Nevada to Washington. They were together during the Merwin's case. And then, I mean, they like to keep me nice and close and use me like an alibi. So then after that, Jerry and Jan had OD'd on cocaine, and she was in the hospital during the space shuttle incidents, and that was after the Merwins. I mean, I'm off the recollection of my mind, and you could coincide with this. It was like a few months after, the new year and stuff like this, and I was when Jan was in the hospital, Jerry came and got me. And he says, "Hey, I need you to come to the hospital. Jan's in the hospital. She's overdosed on cocaine." I'm like, "Oh, really? Well, I guess I got to see this one." These guys have been doing stuff. And I'm the one that'll say, "Well, maybe I should grab my camera out of my pickup truck, because if it was a dead body, I would goddamn do it. Like I did with my brother Jim with Monica Anderson." You know? So here, okay, let's go over there. We get over there, and Jan's in the bed like this here, and Jan's got to take a piss test before she's released. And I don't know that this is coming up or anything. This isn't something that I've orchestrated. And all of a sudden, we're watching the Space Shuttle Challenger right there, and that thing takes off and it starts going up, and it blows up while we're right there. And Jan had just been asked to go take a pee, take a piss test. She has to take a piss test before she leaves the hospital. Jerry's telling me that she's gonna if she gets busted with the dirty piss test in Nevada, she'll go to prison. If she goes to prison, she's liable. I don't know, but I guess she's liable to tell the truth about Jerry and what they've done to get out of trouble, is what I'm saying. So right there, at that time of that space shuttle incident, there should be medical records of Janet Noyes being right there in that hospital, because she was checked in and she checked out with a clean urinalysis. I told Jerry at the time, I said, "Jesus, Jerry," I said, "I'm a man." I said, "Isn't it going to make a difference?" And he said, "It ain't going to make no difference." I said, "I'm a man." I didn't say whether it was going to make a difference. He said, "It ain't going to make a difference. They're looking for drugs. They're not looking for, the sex, basically." So anyway, I'm going to check out on this, and I thought I'd tell you about this, what happened in Nevada. Then they're on the run, and what happened was, I'll tell you, when I came back I was watching the Chicago Bulls in the Chicago Bulls playoff, and here I am, I'm sitting there alone in the Red Lion Inn, and there's not a lot of people here in this area of the casino. There's a big screen TV where I've been watching the game by myself. And, I'm by myself. My wife's gone. Brian and Patty's gone. Jerry and Jan's gone. The only ones that's here now is my mom and Debbie and Malin. I'm feeling homesick for Washington State. And I decided I was going to go. I decided right then I was going to head back to Washington soon. And shortly after that, I did go back to Washington. You know, it wasn't till I had sex with a married woman too, and it seemed like I was being ran out of town by a couple guys, one guy and with his friend that wanted to harm me for having sex with his wife, and we carried on quite a bit. I mean, the sex that me and that man's wife had, he could have goddamn killed me over that one because we fucking really carried on quite a bit, and she was more enjoyable than a lot of women that I'd ever been out with. Debbie down there in Nevada. So if you ever see me, Debbie, and you know I'm telling the truth, remember the heart-shaped tub in the Cavalier with the bottle of pink champagne, baby? I seen the woman floating around in the tub just drinking this. She was so fucking happy. Mirrored ceilings, waterbed. Hey, nothing's too good for John Wright. The the real the real son of the Zodiac killer. I mean, I had to do something to keep me entertained. They put me through goddamn hell. I'm telling the truth. I've been the Cavaliers in Carlin, Nevada. We call it the Poke and Soak. It would be a great place to do a porn movie. Yeah. A matter of fact, if they watched me and Debbie go for it in that place with that heart-shaped bathtub and that bottle of champagne, I should have had a gold mine and did that every night, baby. And Debbie, you know I loved you. You know I loved you. You remember when I went to your sister's house with you and me and you were having sex and your sister knocked on the door and I said, come in, and we were having sex. Wasn't that fun? And your sister could have joined us. That's how much fun I was having. And it's all true, or I wouldn't be sitting here telling you. And here's a DNA test. And go check it out for yourself. And there's people out there who tell you the rumor. Like me going to the Mustang Ranch and meeting that woman that looks like Ronda Rousey. Well, when I told Ernie, I said, you know that Ronda Rousey? I said, God, I might have had sex with her at the Mustang Ranch. And I told them about, the woman. But Ronda Rousey could have been the woman's daughter, but not the woman. But, oh, that woman had the makings of looking like Ronda Rousey. And I asked her, I said, what are you doing here? I said, I got cocaine out in the car. She goes, I said, I got cocaine. She goes, you brought it in? I go, no, it's out in the car. You want to get out of here? You want to go up to Elko? There's a whorehouse 3 doors down. I mean, I offered her a way out of there. I'm telling you the truth or I wouldn't be here. And I'm telling the truth. And I've been threatened by a gun and little toy guns and stuff like that. And it's 13 and a half minutes. And when I get on things and I start making a list, and when this has something to do possibly with the John F. Kennedy case where it's gone back there, hey, it's quite a story. This is what movies are made out of, you guys. Isn't this fun now? Hello, Jerry Wright. How do you like it now? And Bruce Kimsey up there in Lewis County, Washington. You know what? You'll have your goddamn special spot in the movie. You wanted to know what you was going to be in my book? Well, you're going to be part of the stars, right? You're going to be the fucking one that got hit in the head with the stars and see stars when the truth hits you in the face. And I hopefully that you see jails, bars, and I get to come and say, hello, Bruce, now tell the truth, and you might get out. You might get out. Tell us the truth, Bruce. Jerry Wright, little Boy Scout, tell the truth. Hey, you guys, my name's John Wright. They're not. My dad was the Zodiac Killer. My dad was D.B. Cooper, and they're not. And Jerry, tell the truth. It's up to you now. Remember, the ball's in your court.